As you probably noticed by the title of this video, this isn't something I've done very often at the time of this video. I don't know, this may happen more often, depends on how viral this goes. I want it to go viral, and I'll tell you why in a few moments. I think I'll just leave the paperwork stuff to the end and get right to the idea at hand. Yeah. All right. So I have a proposal that I believe is in the best interest of the people, but it probably wouldn't go well directly through senators or Republican do, through senators or members of the House of Representatives without immense pressure from the American populace. So, if you agree with the idea, or disagree with this idea, please share it. Tell your friends, get their opinion on it, etc. So that so that this idea has a fair chance. You don't have to share this video, just share the idea. Thank you. So, in essence, as the Electoral College stands, it is either going to Republican or Democrat, because these are the only two parties that currently exist in our platforms, and there is a two-way line on where you are in that, and that seems to me kind of close-minded, but that is how it is. Is that how it should be? This is somewhat driven by the fact that when a person is being elected into office, majority rules, especially in the Electoral College. But the Electoral College is extra special in the way that so Texas ordinarily has 38 electoral votes, but because Trump got the majority here, he got all 38. The fact that Clinton won 14 is of no consequence, as it is in California. Clinton got 48, Trump got 7, but Clinton got all 55 votes because she got the majority in California. However, not every state is like this. In Nebraska and Maine, electoral votes go to the person for whom that member of the Electoral College voted for. Let me rephrase. If, say, there's actually another example here. So there are 3 representatives here in Nebraska, as well as 2 senators who are not currently represented. But Obama got one of these electoral votes in Nebraska. McCain got the other 2 for the House of Representatives. I don't remember what happened with the senators. But despite having the minority of the votes, Obama still got 1 vote from Nebraska, whereas over here in Canada, in Canada, Obama got all of the electoral votes, and even though there was probably some voting this way, some voting that way, and same with Texas. Now, this would be it if all of the states did this. It would decimate the 2-party system. It would make it so that Republicans and Democrats, rather than presenting the same platform election after election, would be superseded by third-party candidates who would now have a viable chance, because instead of taking votes from the candidate most like them, they would get votes in general. I don't have recording time enough to explain this fully, but in essence, we need to consider making an amendment to the Constitution for this to happen, so that when you know what? I think I might have enough bandwidth to enough recording time to do that. And so I'll do it quickly. In essence, when there are the two parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, when a third-party candidate shows up, whoever candidate's views they are most like tends to lose, because when there are three candidates, there are when there are two candidates, one or the other will win. But before there are two, there are three, and the one that is most like one of them, draws the attention away from this one, because and the majority votes away from this one because they're split between these two, and this one tends to win, which is against the interest of the people, because though this person got the majority or the plurality, look that word up, of the votes, these two probably express the views of more Americans. So if we implemented what is in Nebraska and Maine in all of the states, then third parties, or just parties that aren't necessarily Democrats or Republicans, but more what the people want, rather than these two giant superpowers that are constantly dehumanizing each other, then we would have more diversity, which would in turn reflect more possibilities. The more possible candidates you have, and the more viability any of the candidates have, the more likely that there will be an option that reflects most of America. So, in conclusion, if as a nation every state did the electoral college vote distribution like Nebraska and Maine have, then the interests of the people would be more closely reflected. However, this is not likely to fly under the flag of this is not a bill likely to pass without immense pressure, or likely to be even acknowledged without immense pressure. For acknowledgement of this idea, please spread this idea around. Share this video. Like this video if you liked it. Dislike this video if you don't like it. But please tell people about this idea so that this idea can spread. I think it would be in the best interests of the people to get this idea everywhere. I will probably make a better video soon, more lengthy and more in detail of this, but this is the bite-sized version. All right, I'm Flurgy McCurgy. Never stop learning. Like, comment, share, subscribe, etc. Never stop learning. Farewell.